Good day everyone. For this report, we are going to tackle about energy crisis and alternative energy resources. First, we will define what is energy crisis. So, what is energy crisis? Energy crisis is a shortage in energy supply to a country or region. So, from its word crisis, it means short or not enough or kulang in Bisaya. And the there are some causes of energy crisis, which is first overconsumption. Overconsumption of energy occurs when individuals and industries and countries use more energy than is necessary to perform a particular task to function. This leads to an energy crisis when the demand for energy surpasses the available supply. For example, in our home, when we use electricity, even if it's daylight na, magsigig po pasigag suga. So, kanang nag-overconsumption na ta na kanang wala gipang turn off ang mga lights, even if landag na nga na. Second example is kanang magtan-aw ta og TV niya. Aga cellphone, so double jud ang kuryente nga nagastuan na, so there is also a overconsumption in that particular scenario. Next is kanang wars and attacks. It can cause energy crisis by disrupting the production, transportation, and distribution of energy resources. This can lead to shortage, price spikes, and instability in the global energy market. For example, an ongoing conflict in the Middle East, particularly in countries like Syria and Iraq. Kanang attacks in oil infrastructure, pipelines, and refineries in these regions disrupted the production and transportation of oil, leading to fluctuations in global oil prices and energy insecurity. So, nga na mapiktuhan. Third is least use of energy resources. So the overconsumption of non-renewable energy resources such as fossil fuels and reliance of coal-fired power plants is the example of energy less use of energy resources, or the overconsumption of non-renewable energy resources. Example is the process of burning coal to produce the steam, in which turns a turbine and connected to a generator that produces electricity. Fourth is the lack or shortage. A lack of energy resources or shortage can directly cause energy crisis by creating an imbalance between supply and demand, leading to economic, social, and environmental consequences. For example, if ang country is naka rely sa kanang import bitaw kanang oil. For example, sa atong country nag-rely tas kanang laing country nga og mga gasolina para sa tong pag naay gira sa Ukraine o Russia, di ba naapektuhan man to atong gasolina to ning mahal. So example na siya sa lack or shortage kanang nagkuwang. Another kanang cause of energy crisis is the poor distribution. It can cause energy crisis it's because leads it leads inefficiencies in delivering energy resources to where are needed. So of course, when there is a poor distribution, the cause of that is kanang shortage. So poor distribution jud kung ang imong supply is not enough na for the demand of demand sa supply. So ang supply po dili enough, so mao na siya mag poor distribution dito kay ay ngay raman na next is overpopulation. Can cause an energy crisis due to increased demand for energy resources to meet the needs of a growing population. So kanang what I said earlier, kanang samot nag overpopulated pa ang country, daghan magamit sa energy resources, ang uban pa yung mga tao kay kanang dili responsible in using this, so na jud tay problema nga na mao nang maka energy crisis. So let's move on to types of renewable energy resources. First is hydropower or hydroelectricity. It refers to harness of energy from flowing water into electricity. For example is Maria Cristina Falls, kanang iyang tubig anaa is nagkontrol sa release sa nga makaproduce og electricity through turbines connected to generator. Tungod sa kakusgon sa kanang flow sa water sa Maria Cristina Falls, makaproduce na siya electricity kay kusog ang bagsak. Second, renewable energy resources is the potential energy. It is gained through water before it spills over the top of a dam or flows down a hill. Example of this energy is water that is sorted in a dam. It has a potential energy due to its relative to the turbine and base of the dam. So for more information about this topic, just listen to the next reporter.
Now, let's talk about the types of hydroelectric energy plants. First is impoundment facility. A dam controls the flow of water stored in a pool or reservoir. Water released from the reservoir then mo flow through a turbine, then mo spin ang tubig which in turn maka-activate siya og generator para moproduce og electricity. The more kusog ang pag-spin sa turbine tungod sa force sa tubig, then moproduce siya og more electricity. The second one is diversion facility, is sometimes called run-off river. Kani nga hydroelectric energy plants dili na mag-use og dam or reservoir, kundili mag-use sila og channels a portion of a river through canal na lang or pensta kanang tubo nga dagko bitaw toward the generator powering turbines to generate an electricity. And the last one is pump storage facility have two water reservoirs nga nagkalain-laing elevation. Water circulates from upper reservoir to lower reservoir and mo-flow siya back to the upper reservoir. Silbi nag-cycling ra sila or reusing the same water by the help of pump mao nang gitawag siya og pump hydro storage system. When the demand for electricity is low typically at night, sa gabi kay sa night kay usually gamay ra may mo gamit na ng mga kanang appliances. Then ang pump storage facility stores energy by pumping water from a lower reservoir to the upper reservoir. Then during periods of high electrical demand, typically during the day, the water is released back to the lower reservoir to generate electricity.
Renewable source. Windmill is a structure used to harness the power of the wind for purposes like grinding grain, pumping waters, and generating electricity. Pwede niyang windmill. Dili ka ko anag hangin og kuan kurente. Solar power is transforming energy from sunlight into electricity. Kanay solar power ga sa init siya mukuha para kuan mo sigang mga solar. Solar photovoltaic is rapid low carbon technology to harness renewable energy from the sun. Simsima sila sa atong solar power kay sa sun nagyapon sila gakuhag energy.
A pleasant day, everyone. I am Jason R. Ibanez, presenting to you my report on energy crisis and alternative energy resources. First, Biomass energy is a flexible energy source able to fuel vehicles, heat buildings, and produce electricity. So, biomass is derived from organic materials such as plants and animal waste. It is considered a flexible energy source because it can be used in various ways. For instance, it can be burned directly to produce heat or electricity, or it can be proceed into biofuels like ethanol and biodiesel, which can be used to fuel vehicles. Additionally, biomass can be used to heat buildings directly or indirectly. For example, by generating electricity, which is then used to power heating system. Then the second, geothermal energy is from the Earth's eternal heat. So, geothermal energy is the heat that comes from the subsurface of the Earth. It is clean and sustainable resource of geothermal energy range from the shallow ground to hot water and hot rock found a few miles beneath the Earth's surface and down even deeper to the extremely high temperature of molten rock called magma. Then the third, ocean thermal energy conversion forms energy from the temperature difference between the warm surface water and the cold deeper water of the oceans to generate power and run a heat engine and produce renewable energy. So, ocean thermal energy conversion is a technology that uses the temperature difference between the surface water and the deep water of the ocean to generate power. This temperature difference is used to produce steam from seawater, which then drives a turbine to generate electricity. This is a renewable energy source as it releases on the natural temperature difference found in the ocean, which is replenished by the sun's heat. Therefore, OT is a sustainable and environmentally friendly method of energy production.
There are several countries operating OTIC or Ocean Thermal Energy Conversion Plant. First is Japan. Japan is a major contributor to develop the OTIC technology because in the year of 1970, the Tokyo Electric Power Company successfully nakabuild sila og a closed cycle OTIC plant nga nakadeploy og 100 kilowatts electricity. Next is ang Okinawa Prefecture Deep Sea Water Research Center, installing a pipes for intake of seawater for research, fishery, and agricultural use. Hunted in the year of 1981, a Russian engineer, Dr. Alexander Kalina, used a mixture of ammonia and water to produce electricity. Last is Kalwa Kunay Hawaii, produced by Mackay Ocean Engineers, nga nakaproduce og 105 kilowatts electricity, enough to power about 120 homes sa Hawaii. Dini sa atong country, ang mga renewable energies na nato is hydroelectric power, geothermal power, solar power, wind power, and biomass energy. Ang OTIC technology is giplanuhan pa sa usa ka company which is United Kingdom company Energy Island Bell Perry Limited Liability nga mo construct og 10 megawatts closed cycle OTIC facility in Cabangan, Philippines. Our country aims i-triple ang renewable energy supply by the year of 2030. Mao nang nagplan nga magama og new renewable energy which is OTIC. In the year of 2040 pohon, at least maad og 20 gigawatts ang OTIC renewable energy capacity to our country. That's all.